Your Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. My dear brother, Your Excellency, the President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Godswill Akpabio, Honorable Justice Kudirat Kekere Ekun, GCON, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, the National Chairman of the greatest party in Africa, APC, Alhaji Ganduje, the Deputy President of the Senate, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, principal officers of the Senate and the House of Representatives, distinguished senators, and honorable members of the House of Representatives, executive governors ably led by the chairman of the Nigerian Progressive Governors Forum, former presiding officers of the National Assembly, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the Chief of Staff to the President, members of the Federal Executive Council, ambassadors and high commissioners present here, the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, the clerk to the National Assembly, service chiefs, royal fathers present here, ably led by the Oni of Ife, the Chairman, National Assembly Service Commission and his commissioners, the Chief Commissioner of the Public Complaint Commission and your commissioners, the Deputy Clerk to the National Assembly, Clerk to the Senate and the Clerk to the House of Representatives, Secretaries of Directorates of the National Assembly management staff, distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, we have gathered in this hallowed chamber to celebrate a truly historic occasion, which is 26 uninterrupted years of democracy in Nigeria. Your Excellency's address has not only elevated our commemoration, but also reaffirmed the vitality and resilience of our democratic institutions. On behalf of the National Assembly, I express our profound gratitude for the honor given to us by His Excellency, the President and Commander of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, thank you so much. We are honored. I will not take this honor for granted. We recall with reverence the historic events of June 12, 1993, a day when Nigerians across all divides united to affirm their collective will of democratic governance. We also salute His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who himself was a frontline crusader in the Nadeko pro-democracy struggle. You are one of the patriots who labored so that democracy might thrive. And now you lead our nation under the banner of renewed hope. Your story itself is that of the triumph of democracy. Over the past 26 years, the National Assembly has served as the guardian of our democratic institutions. In 2006, we rejected the third-term bid. In 2010, we invoked the doctrine of necessity to ensure uninterrupted governance, and we have championed constitutional and electoral reforms subsequently. Since June 2023, under President Tinubu's stewardship and the 10th National Assembly, we launched an 8-point legislative agenda, fully aligned with the renewed hope agenda. Within 2 years, we have reviewed 2,263 bills. Of these, 65.3 have passed second reading, while 186 have been successfully passed. A total of 51 bills have received presidential assent. marking an unprecedented milestone for any president in his first 2 years. Congratulations on that feat, Mr. President. Our legislative efforts have yielded measurable progress on multiple fronts. In security, we allocated 6.11 trillion, representing 11.1% of the 2025 budget, to the security sector. The Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria Act 2023, signed by the President, has set Nigeria on the path to self-reliance in arms production and logistics. Similarly, the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons Act 2024 has tightened regulatory loopholes in arms control. It is expected to significantly reduce the illicit circulation of small arms and light weapons across the country. On the economic front, we supported the removal of subsidies and the unification of foreign exchange windows. We courageously passed legislation targeted at tax reforms, cumulative actions, along with the bold decision of the President, are boosting investor confidence, increasing federal revenue, and augmenting state allocations. In April 2025, Nigeria met its OPEC production quota of 1.486 million barrels per day. This is the first time Nigeria has met its target since 2021. Through legislative measures, we have supported and accelerated the President's infrastructure revolution. Funding for infrastructure rose to 8.16% in 2025, sustaining 440 ongoing road projects, including the Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano corridor and the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. In the social sector, allocation to education increased from 5.7% in 2021 to at least 8.2% in 2023-2024. The Student Loan Act has empowered over 500 students. Mr. President, with legislative support, on record, 10 new universities, polytechnics, and specialized institutions. This is the highest of any president in his first term. We are committed to providing funding to these institutions to ensure a smooth takeoff. Health allocations increased to 5.46% in 2024, resulting in the revitalization of 4,000 primary healthcare centers and clinics nationwide. We also supported the implementation of 70,000 Naira minimum wage to reinforce social protection. The House of Representatives has actively conducted oversight of executive agencies to ensure that laws are implemented and that development funds are allocated properly. The House Public Accounts Committee has reported recoveries exceeding 61.5 billion in outstanding debts owed to the federal government by oil and gas companies. A very big commendation to our Public Accounts Committee. Thank you, Honorable Salami. We have also deepened transparency through our biannual youth and women's town halls, an annual live televised citizens interactive session, and the annual House Open Week. We're excited to announce that the next Open Week is scheduled for July, and Mr. President will be honored if you could join us and officially declare the event open. Our parliamentary diplomacy has flourished with the establishment of 82 friendship groups, fostering legislative ties with global partners. Collaboration with civil society organizations, including UNDP, PLAC, UN Women, CAS, and YAGA Africa, have enhanced our expertise and promoted inclusion. Notably, the 10th House has partnered with the UNDP, resulting in a memorandum of understanding to mobilize 50 billion naira over 4 years for the parliamentary development project of the House, thereby strengthening the capacity of members of the House of Representatives. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the 10th House has proven to be a house with a human face. In March 2025, members donated the sum of 705 million naira, equivalent to half of their salaries over 6 months, to support the Mr. President's relief program for vulnerable Nigerians. The House has also contributed the sum of 650 million to provide housing for the families of deceased members and former leaders. Furthermore, individual members donated over 500 million to support communities ravaged with civil strife in Kaduna, Enugu, Anambra, Oyo, Niger, Borno, Plateau, and the Federal Capital Territory, assisting displaced persons affected by banditry and communal violence. Furthermore, as part of the Renewed Hope agenda, the 10th House extended dedicated support to our traditional institutions, recognizing their vital role in community leadership and cohesion. We provided 40 new vehicles to traditional rulers across 6 political zones to enhance community engagement. Mr. President, we express profound gratitude to you for conferring the national honor of GCON upon the office of the Speaker, following pleas by members, and for expanding the National Security Council to include the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House. Both decisions affirm the principle of institutional partnership. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Mr. President, at the risk of provoking the First Lady, I wish to reveal a secret to you. Here at the House, members fondly refer you to as the darling of the legislature. You have accomplished what no president has done for the National Assembly, namely substantially augmenting our capacity to respond to the needs of our people. We thank you for that. While we see our successes, we remain acutely aware that it is not yet over. As we enter the second half of our term, our determination is unequivocal to expedite and finalize the constitutional amendment process by December 2025. Some of our priorities include special reserved seats for women, formal constitutional roles for traditional rulers, and legal backing for a 35% affirmative action gender policy. We appeal to the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum and the Progressive Governors Forum to advocate for these essential reforms at the level of the states. Mr. President, I would be remiss in my responsibility to you if I conclude my brief remarks without also offering some useful recommendations on the way forward. You have demonstrated remarkable resolve in removing the fuel subsidy and allowing the naira to float. Now we require an equally decisive intervention in our a diversified energy mix, clean energy sources, such as solar and even nuclear, to ensure a reliable and sustainable national grid. If anyone can do this, Mr. President, it is you. Secondly, developing the solid mineral sector is essential for Nigeria's economic diversification. While we have some existing geological data, it lacks the precision and quality needed to support large-scale exploration. To complement executive actions, the House of Representatives will immediately commence an urgent review of the 2007 Mining Act to allow subnational entities to operate within the profitable limits of the law while enhancing oversight and mitigating security risk. If pursued with discipline and clarity, these reforms will position solid minerals as a strategic pillar of our national economy before too long. In conclusion, Mr. President, permit me one final earnest appeal. Today's ceremony has been truly magnificent, and you have achieved what past assemblies could only dream of: an annual address by the President to a joint session of the National Assembly. By accepting our invitation, you have made history. I respectfully urge that we now institutionalize this address as an annual event. On behalf of the Senate and the House of Representatives, I thank you for choosing to celebrate this Democracy Day with us in this hallowed chamber. Happy Democracy Day, Mr. President. Happy Democracy Day, all members of the National Assembly. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.